Hello friends, I'm Chi. Today I want to share some things with you guys. Something that makes a lot of people fail their commission. This is just a part of it, part of the problem why people fail, okay? Now, if you are here watching me now, please share this information to your friends on WhatsApp, on Facebook, any part of the country where you are, whether in Germany, your friends are in Germany, in France, in Spain, Holland, anywhere. Just share this information to them because it's going to help them a lot, especially those who are about to go for their commission, their interview, whether you're going for your second appeal, third appeal. You have to know this thing, okay? A lot of people are falling into this trap. This is the people I know, people it happened to, not just like I heard. No. These ones are people who I know very well. This happened to them. So I feel it should not happen to any other person, especially when you share to your friends, okay? Now, what is this thing I'm talking about really? It's all about before your commission. You will realize that it's a particular pattern whereby before you go for commission, they will come and ask you to change your story. Hey, change this part of the story, change here, or change the entire story. Remember that even before then, they have already submitted a part of this story to the questura, which means they are going through it already. Now you have changed your story, meaning that when you now go for this commission or interview, depending on where you are, whether in Germany or Spain, anywhere, you now go for this interview. Now you are saying a different thing. Now it means that for you to change that story, they will now believe, you have given them the impression to believe that this story is not original. It's a fabricated one. You made it up by yourself. Because sometimes even those people who ask you to change it in your camp, those your assistants, those people who work there, will equally give them information that this guy has changed the story. It means that you're not real. So this is another pattern why some people fail their commission. That one is just first failure itself. Then another part again that fails people a lot is also when they go for commission or interview, depending where you are, like I said before, whether Germany, France, anywhere. Now the person who is translating for you will keep telling you, add this part, say something like this, say something like that, using maybe you are speaking Igbo or Yoruba or Ghanaian language or any language of your tribe. Now this person is speaking that language to you, and with that language is telling you, change this part, add this, say something like this, say something like that, and you keep doing it. And he or she now tells the interviewer, okay, he said something like this, he said something like that, using Italian or German or French to relate to the interviewer. You don't really hear this language. At that moment, the translator is telling the lady or the man who is the interviewer that, hey, this person made up this part. I just told him to say something like this and he just said it, meaning that it's not true. They'll just keep quiet about it. So he or she is feeding you with what to say and you're busy saying it. It means that your story is not even real, because if your story is real, nobody should ask you to change anything and you just agree and change it immediately. Stick on your story like it's yourself. Your story is everything about you. So it's not imagine you are saying your date of birth is 1st January 1990, and somebody, when you now go for interview, somebody is not telling you change it to September 2nd 1980. Come on, does it make sense? It's about you. So you have to master your story like yourself. So now when you now leave the commission, there is a camera there, because every commission or interview is being recorded. It's being recorded. So there are people who will still go through it again. And when they now go through it, they will now discover that everything you said, part of it were told to you by the translator, because the translator will still tell them that, hey, everything this guy said, I told him part of it, so it means that he's lying. They are paid to do it. Some of the translators are even paid to instigate, to make you say what they ask you to say, not really what you want to say, to see whether you are really saying the truth. Because if you're saying the truth, you tell him, no, please, this is my story. I cannot change anything. I cannot add anything. Leave it the way it is. So that is what you should tell them when the translator is trying to tell you, hey, put something like this here, say something like this here. You tell the translator, hey, please, this is my story. I cannot change anything. This is what really happened in my life. Why should you ask me to change it? No matter how he convinces you or she convinces you to change it, stick on your story. Tell him, please, I better say my story. Okay? So it has happened to people that I know. That's why I'm sharing this information to you all, so that when you go for commission or your interview, whether second one or third one, pay attention to who is translating for you. Sometimes they are there to even confuse you and make you say the wrong things. Okay? Now, master your stories, okay? if you're having enough time before your commission, master your story very well. Go through it over and over again. In fact, in a day, go through it like 3 times so that it will be part of you. It will stick in your memory, okay? If possible, look for someone also who is very good, who can guide you, like make a kind of test on you, like put you through interview, just like you are rehearsing, so the person is asking you questions based on the story you just explained to him or her. So look for those kind of people who are intelligent, that can guide you through your story and even tell you where to make corrections if possible. Okay, so for me, I've helped a lot of people out in this part, okay, in guiding them through their stories so that they will not make mistakes. Where there's error, I tell them, hey, here is faulty, take it out. Because if your stories have fault lines, like weak areas, those weak areas are where they'll get you. Those places you can't even defend it at all. So master your story very well, okay? All right, so that's part of that one. So why am I saying all this? Basically because I know a girl in Swiss. This girl went through the same process where she went for interview, and somebody, the translator, who was an Igbo lady, who was telling her with Igbo, hey, put something like this, add something like that. You see, the things you are saying is blowing her brain. Keep adding more pepper. Keep adding more pepper means keep putting more lies in the story. The interviewer is enjoying it, she's believing everything. Keep adding more. And she kept on saying. After the interview, she told me, hey, the lady really helped me. She gave me things to say, and I said it. She said the woman interviewer is really enjoying it, she's believing it. I said, are you sure this could be a trick? But she did not believe me. She said it's a lie, that the woman really helped her, that the woman said she's going to get the document. At the end of the day, she got a negative. Why? Because they said all she said was a lie. How? Because I believe that after, that same translator told the lady that everything she said is a lie, because there was a recording. They'll go through it over and they'll laugh over it when you leave there. So basically that is it. But what happened finally? She resorted to using charm. She called back home. They told her there's this native doctor who will help her. That when the native doctor does the charm things, that they are going to just call her and give her documents. She refused to go for an appeal, because normally they'll give her like 30 days to go for an appeal. But she didn't go. It was even at the dying minute. I even convinced her to use a lawyer that I know who was very powerful. The man he doesn't charge money, until he finishes with your case. He accepts a lot of people, but she did not want. She believed in that native doctor thing, that the man is going to do some charms and they'll just call her and give her. I told her it doesn't work. And I believe that some guys people are still making that same mistake, paying some native doctors back home and some fake pastors, to pray for them to get documents. And finally, they just relax and go for commission and still get negative. That is when their eyes will clear that these pastors or these native doctors are fake. They can't even help them, So that was what really happened. So finally, she went on to, there's this Somali guy who now told her, okay, I can give you documents if only you can you pay me 10,000 francs. That's the money they use there. She agreed. And later again, the guy changed and said, okay, not only that, when you stay with me in my house, because I'm going to marry you and give you my document, then it's not only just staying with me and pay me 10,000. Yeah, I'm still going to be, lamshwanging, sexing you every time, anytime I want. The girl was telling me all this. I said, will you do that? She said, yeah. The last one was that the guy, and I said, okay, not only that, not only the money and the sex, you're going to have a baby for me. Before I leave you, you're going to drop one baby for me. Then you can go away and leave the baby. She agreed. This is frustration, When someone is frustrated, they can just agree on any nonsense. So finally, what happened to her? She was deported because she refused to appeal. At the dying minute, she went to give a lawyer. The lawyer never did anything. Then the lawyer told her, I'm sorry, I forgot about everything, blah, blah, blah. So that was her story. So please don't let the same thing happen to you, where you be frustrated and do the wrong things, all right? So basically that is it. Please share this information to your friends. Share to your friends, those ones in the camp. They will learn from this thing. They'll learn. Please share it. Information is power. It can help. You don't know who you're going to help with this sharing, okay? Share to your Facebook, WhatsApp, okay? All right. To your friends in Spain, Germany, anywhere, share to them, okay? Or even those who are about to go for second commission or third one, so that they will learn, so that their translators will not deceive them to say something that is not in the original story, all right? All right, so please show me love. Show me love. Come on, show me love. Like my video, okay? Subscribe. Remember to press the bell. Please subscribe so that you'll be getting more of these tips every time I drop a video, okay? Tell me what you think in the comment section. I'm Chi signing out. One love. Ciao.